Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Rebecca Rice and I teach family and portrait photographers how to gain a life of freedom through a thriving photography business. Today, we're talking all about my favorite mini sessions hacks. So let's dive in. In case you haven't already, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe to my channel so that you can get notified when new videos go live every single week. Now, before we get too far, I wanted to let you know about a free class that I have just for you guys all about marketing mini sessions. I'm telling you, it is a deep dive into all things minis, and if you're wanting to book out your spring minis this season, this is the class for you. So it's linked here in the description. You can go find it. It's called How to Market, Monetize, and Grow Your Photography Business with Mini Sessions. So it's completely free. You can sign up. The link is in the description. Okay, so in case you're new around here, mini sessions are kind of my thing. My students call me the queen of mini sessions, and it's just one of those things that minis became the foundation of my business very early on. And I'm so glad because as you know, a business owner and a busy mom, and at the time I had a full-time job outside of photography, I needed to find something that would maximize my time as well as maximizing my profits. And the answer to that was mini sessions. And so it's one of my favorite topics. I could literally talk about minis all day, but I'll spare you. So in this video, I want to talk through my top hacks for booking out your mini sessions. The first thing, and it may seem a little basic, but I want to go ahead and say it because more and more I'm finding that a lot of photographers are not structuring minis right. The first thing is to make sure your minis are stacked in a time block on a single date. So I used to shoot like one-off mini sessions where I called it a mini, but it wasn't really a mini. Now that I know what a mini is, it's just a shorter full session. And I would go to a location, shoot a mini for one client, and then drive home and edit and do all the things. It was a lot of work for a really short session that was unnecessary. And so what I would say is the first thing you want to make sure that you do is structure your minis right so that they're stacked in a time block. Think like 10 to 20 minute minis. My favorite is 15 minutes, and a lot of my students do 15-minute minis, but stack them in a time block, like 2 to 3 hours of shooting, and just do every family back to back, or if you want like a small buffer, you can do that, but you only drive to the location once, you sit down and edit once, you can do all the things, and it maximizes your time. So the first hack is to stack your minis, don't shoot them as one-off minis. The second hack that I have for you is to only include a handful of images so that later you can upsell the rest. And so what this looks like is I typically deliver a gallery with like 20 images in it, and the session fee that my client already paid includes 5 images. So my client can go into their gallery and they can either download their 5 and be done, or they can see the full gallery of 20 and say, oh my gosh, I just can't choose. And they buy all of them at that point. So including just a handful is a great way to then maximize your profits. You earn more on the other end. I like to price my upsells at individual images for $65 each, sets of 3 for $90, or the full gallery for $200. And that's on top of the session fee that they have already paid. And that pricing structure works really well for tons of my students. So if you've never tried upselling, give it a try. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised with how it goes. The third hack that I would say for having awesome mini sessions is to use a posing workflow. Basically, a posing workflow is a set of poses that you do every single time. So I know when I go into a mini session exactly what order of shots that I'm going to get from beginning to end. This helps me because I don't have to sit there and panic and stall trying to think of what to do next. And a mini session is a really short amount of time. So you want to make sure and give yourself plenty of, head start. And in doing that, having something like a posing workflow makes it go a lot smoother. So you don't have to wonder what you're going to do next. You just follow the workflow. Now, if you want to steal mine, it's available here in the description of this video. You can go get it for free and see the exact posing workflow that I use for every single mini session. And people ask all the time, they're like, does that make it repetitive? Like you're going to do the same shots for every family? Honestly, no, because every family is different. They all have different personalities. They have different number of kids, different ages, and the posing workflow acts as a guide to then, customize based on the family. So go download mine and you'll see kind of what I'm talking about there. But the posing workflow helps minis go so smoothly. You'll never go back. Now, the last two things that I want to cover have to do with marketing your mini sessions. And I think this is one of the biggest reasons that I see mini photographers kind of fail with their mini sessions is because they don't market well. And so hopefully these next two hacks will help you get from, taking pretty pictures to having booked out mini sessions. Now, the first of our marketing is to start marketing early. If you're planning to do mini sessions 2 weeks from now, you're already too late in the game. I like to tell my students to give yourself about 6 to 8 weeks to really market well, because good marketing takes time. For whether, you've been in this for 10 years or you're brand new, it doesn't matter. Good marketing takes time. And so give yourself a 6 to 8 week head start if possible. 4 weeks at like the minimum. You don't want to go any less than 4 weeks if you can afford it. But giving yourself that time allows for you to market to a VIP email list, to go public with it in a lot of free avenues, to do things like Facebook ads, which I'll talk about here in a second. But all of those, they all take time. So give yourself a head start. That way you have plenty of time to actually book out your mini sessions. Now, my last hack, it's honestly been my favorite in the last year or so. And I've been talking about it a lot more in, my social media and my podcast and things like that. And that is utilizing Facebook ads for your mini sessions. Now, don't tune me out because I know Facebook ads, and when I say Facebook ads, that's like all inclusive Facebook and Instagram because they're owned by the same people. They're under the same platform when you actually go and run the ads. So when I say Facebook ads, I mean Facebook and Instagram ads. So don't tune me out because I know Facebook ads can be intimidating and you may think, well, I don't have the budget to run Facebook ads. The beauty of it is I think you might be surprised that, it's kind of like a machine. When you put money in and you have an ad that converts well, it spits out bookings. And so you can test this out. I like to run messenger ads. Those are my favorite type. And if you go search on my channel, I have done, previous videos about Facebook ads and how to set up a campaign and things like that. So go watch that. But, I love messenger campaigns because it allows you to still have a conversation with the people and it's great for follow-up. You actually know who is clicking onto your ad and, starting the conversation and things like that. But you can start with whatever your budget holds. My preference is to do like $30 a day if you can afford it. And maybe you run it for 3 days. And if you don't get bookings, shut it off and make some changes. But the way that I teach Facebook ads, you'll know within the first day if your ad is working or not. And you should start getting those bookings coming in, which is wonderful. And then the more you run Facebook ads, the more confident you're going to be with the system as a whole. And the more money you'll be willing to put into ads because you know that there's a return on the other side. I have a student, her name is Sarah, and she ran Facebook ads the first time last year. She was really nervous, but she was part of my mastermind and she trusted me. I said, Sarah, this is going to work. Let's just try it. And so she did. And I think at the end of the season, she ended up spending like $2,000 on Facebook ads and had booked over $20,000 of photo sessions just in the short amount of time that she had been running ads. It was incredible. So when I say the return, or I guess the possibilities of the return is amazing, I mean it. So if you've never run Facebook ads, go watch my other Facebook ad videos on my channel and start to familiarize with yourself with it, because maybe this will be the year that you dive into it. More and more, Facebook and Instagram are becoming pay-to-play platforms, meaning you're not really showing up in feeds organically like we used to. If you had talked to me 3 or 4 years ago, a lot of my marketing strategy was posting in Facebook groups and doing all this kind of stuff for free on Facebook, which was great. But the platform has changed a lot. And now it favors people who are paying for advertising, which I mean, I guess makes sense. I'm not mad at them for it. But at the end of the day, knowing that, you may have to invest in some ads, just, you don't have to be scared about it. Know that they do work when they're done well and when they're done strategically. And so go watch my videos. I'll teach you how to do it. If you want to like deep dive into Facebook ads, you're sold on it. You're like, yes, Rebecca, I want to do it. I do have a Facebook ad mini course available in my shop. Get it now because it's actually going away soon. I'm launching a new course, which you can, if you're watching this like after about March of 2023, the new course will be live and I'm going to talk all about Facebook ads included in that course. But if you want just the Facebook ad portion right now, it's available in my shop. So you can go check that out. There you have it. Those are some of my best hacks for mini sessions. Like I said, I could talk about minis all day, but those are, some of my faves right now. If you have any questions about mini sessions at all, feel free to comment below. Also, go watch that free class. I know that'll be helpful for you. That is linked in the description. And you can always find me on Instagram at Rebecca Rice Photography, and we can chat there about all the things. So I hope this video was helpful for you, and we'll see you back next week for another video. Bye guys.